Byron Scott got himself a podcast, making a name for himself out there in the NBA community, but for whatever reason had a guest on that decided to say some pretty questionable things about LeBron James.
So we're going to talk about LeBron James' legacy. Let me give you guys a...
Lord, let me watch what I say so these fools out there don't go cray-cray.
Let me throw... LeBron James enters this season in record fashion, the first player ever for 23 years.
Golly.
He will be 41 years old in December. Yep. He made history as the first 40-year-old with multiple triple-doubles and became the oldest to score 40 points. There is a photo of LeBron working out at the Clippers facility. I don't know if you guys saw that.
I saw it.
Mateo will find it. Meanwhile, Luka has publicly urged the team to retain LeBron. Let's talk about his legacy, balancing legendary legacy and leadership for this Lakers team. Where do you think LeBron's head is going into the season?
I mean, he's LeBron. I mean, his head's where it's at. It's like, I'm going to get mine. I'm going to do what I need to do. The one thing I've always hated about LeBron, here it comes.
Let's be clear on what just occurred. This is a question about where LeBron's head is at for this upcoming season. You are actively deciding to pivot and steer the conversation somewhere else that no one is asking you.
Is that why they call him low? Because he has low discernment? He's not steering anything. The man literally said we're going to discuss his legacy and leadership. And then he asked, where do you think LeBron's mindset is?
Let's talk about his legacy, balancing legendary legacy and leadership for this Lakers team. Well, we're going to talk about LeBron James' legacy.
And they just brought up LeBron at the Clippers facility, which is quite typical of LeBron. The passive-aggressive leadership or attitude that LeBron possesses is basically the majority of his career, where he makes everything about himself.
Why should I give a hoot about you? Huh? Or anybody else out there? I'm supposed to wear myself out for the team? What team? No. What I'm going to do is I'm going to look out for myself and I'm going to get mine.
When they win, it's all him. When they lose, it's all them. I've always hated that narrative. We could have spoken more to his greatness if one day he had said, that's on me. Just one time. That's on me. And to me, that's the problem. One of the greatest ever. I admit it. I'm a fan. I love LeBron James, people. But damn it, facts are facts.
You're not speaking facts. That's the problem. There's a whole 6-minute video that people are now uploading on Twitter where LeBron is actively saying, it's on me. I take accountability for what just occurred. If I shot better, if I didn't have XYZ about the turnovers, then we would have did it, yada, yada, yada. That's on me. That's on me. A whole 6-minute compilation from the beginning of his career to as of late over the past couple of years in his Laker tenure. This is a 6-minute video of this man being accountable.
You didn't make it. How disappointing was that? Really disappointed. But I got to take my bumps and bruises just like everybody else, to finally get to the playoffs. And, I'm going to be here very soon.
So when these niggas get on these mics, start talking about the one thing I just hate. He's done it several times throughout his career. Man is going into year 23 at the age of 41, and you're saying that not one time you've never, and because you've never seen that is what has prevented you to talk about his legacy in the light in which it deserves, because you've never seen something that has happened consistently throughout his career?
I'm not going to act like I've seen every single LeBron interview or read every corny tweet. The majority, LeBron does not take accountability. I don't even need to look up any of this. I can freestyle a 6-minute video. Do I need to name them? It's LeBron. Pretty much played with a broken hand.
Pretty much played the last 3 games with a broken hand, so.
We had a bunch of injuries. I wish we could have played more together. The elbow. The D'Angelo Russell, I wonder what the refs are looking at the replay center. I can keep going all day.
You've been a part of two super teams, the one you have here, the one you had in Miami. Are you still a fan of the concept? Do you think it's a good thing for the NBA to build these teams?
No, not really. I don't believe I've played for a super team. I don't believe in that.
Okay.
I believe we're a super team here.
What? Mind the game or find the blame. He literally did take accountability in the beginning by saying, we got all the way to the finals and I played like. That's him taking accountability. But in the same interview, lies and said we had to play with nothing but minimum guys. All three of the Heatles took a pay cut. If the rest of the roster were on minimum contracts, they would still have money left over. Like, I could go further with like the corny tweets of y'all keep that same energy. And then they don't make the playoffs and then he deletes the tweet. That is not taking accountability. You know what? Let's look at this 6-minute video.
Under pressure.
Sometimes you got it, sometimes you don't. And, that was this case in this series. I was able to do things in the last two series to help us win ball games. Wasn't able to do that in this series. Once you get to the playoffs, every game is pressure. You want to win, you have to win. We've seen some of that in the Chicago series. We've seen some of that in the Boston series. And even though we lost game 4, in Philly. It's pressure in that series as well. So it doesn't matter which round it is. Once you get to the postseason, every possession counts.
All right, so I skipped the first two because they were kind of whatever, iffy, whatever. Like, I'll just give it to him, I guess. But listen to this one. Bro kind of took accountability by saying, like, his shots weren't falling or I wasn't on or whatever. Like, okay, kind of. If he stopped there, cool. He basically just complimented himself and like, well, you look at the earlier rounds, I showed up there. That's not taking accountability. Come on, man. That's like being in a relationship and your girl is calling you out for discrepancies and then you remind her of that great trip you took her on last year. Like, I just feel like we could save some time if I just skip this section. You know what? Let's see what else he has in here.
LeBron, it seemed like you were the only player on the team to really be able to get it going there with your 31, 10, and 5. What was the night like out there as you played point guard and try to get your team going? And was it frustrating? What were the emotions of the night?
Mixed emotions. We started off very well as a team. We had a great first quarter. But from that point on, they were the better team. And, that's why they're the champions in 2014.
You know what it seems like? It seems like for this compilation, if LeBron doesn't take the opportunity to throw his teammates under the bus, he's taking accountability. Like, is the bar really that low? Bars low? Sorry.
I don't know. For me, it's never a success if you go out losing. But I think it's we put ourselves in, back where this franchise needed to be, being a contender. But we still got a lot of work to do.
Am I crazy? Am I in like some misunderstanding Twilight Zone? That is not taking accountability. He does, and then he doesn't. We're still a contender. What the hell?
At least we had a good time.
All right, one more. That's 2 strikes. We're going to go with 3 strikes. That is for sure a swing and a miss.
It was a great series. Up until, they blew the game open in the 4th in game 5, but we had a chance there. Tonight we had our chances, but, we ran out of talent. We ran out of talent.
Bam! You're out of there.
We ran out of talent? That's taking accountability. That's probably worse than all minimum guys, if I could be honest. I don't think it's going to get worse than that.
We ran out of talent tonight. We gave everything I had. The guys played as hard as they could, as long as we could. But, you know, that team across the way, you tip your hats to them. I cannot remember a team like them being healthy all year for the most part.
Seriously, guys, it is 4 a.m. where I am. But am I seriously losing my mind? Did he not just sound like he was covertly or secretly trying to blame the other team for being healthy most of the season, as kind of opposed to his team not being healthy? Look, I'm not getting over the ran out of talent. He just could have chose way better wording.
And I think I was talking to Wes in the locker room just a few minutes ago, and I said the one thing that bothers me more than anything, we never really got an opportunity to see our full team at full strength, either because of injury or COVID or something going on with our ball club this year. We could never fully get into a rhythm and never really kind of see the full potential of what we're capable of, and you know, try to do everything we could to be as good as we could be, as great as we could be under the circumstances.
That's like strike 5. I don't think I need to explain this to you guys. This is LeBron James, the same guy that now, oh my God, he really brought up COVID. I don't think I've ever seen this one, to be honest. Because I said that in a few videos ago. I was like, imagine what the media would say if LeBron and the Lakers lost in 2020. It's the damn air conditioner's fault. Imagine LeBron and the Lakers lost during COVID. Imagine the excuses.
See, I did say that.
So now a year later, you're bringing up COVID excuses? So was it an excuse when the Heat lost to you? Like, come on! I mean, come on. Dragic and Adebayo missed hella games that series. Obviously, it's 2020, so COVID would be at its peak probably. I'm not saying it didn't matter in 2021, but are you serious? Didn't the Suns go to the finals that year? So COVID didn't bother them. They had CP3.
Meanwhile, you got the Phoenix Suns, who theoretically should be just sitting around enjoying playoff basketball and waiting for an opponent. But now Chris Paul is out indefinitely due to health and safety protocols. The Suns said today they won't have any updates on his status until Saturday. And of course, CP was brilliant in the sweep of Denver.
Everybody's dealing with it. If you look around the league, Philly's got a situation. The Clippers have a situation now. Utah's had one for a while. Like, everybody's dealing.
You know how many times Chris Paul could bring up injuries in the playoffs or the regular season? Like, look, I'm going to say this and then I'm going to move on to the next thing. To you LeBron fans that don't seem to get it, this is one of the many reasons why we don't like this guy.
The one thing that I only concern myself with is being available to my teammates, and I don't like the fact that I didn't play as many games as I would like because of injury.
Nobody's trying to hear about injuries. Yes, it could be true, but again, you're also LeBron James, the LeBron James of feet. When you already set that precedent, but then you do this, you're just making it worse and worse. Because this is hilarious. But let me play this last one.
Winning 4 out of 5.
First of all, you tip your hat to them. Defending champions, super great team, super well coached, and you tip your hats. I mean, they made the plays down the stretch, you know, to win this series, and you know, so you get credit where credit is due. That's for sure.
Wait a tick. This is the full, unedited version.
The way you guys finished the regular season and competing with the defending champions, the way that you guys did, does that give you or still any further confidence in this group if it stays together? Obviously that includes you, but just this group as a whole?
No. Because we lost. I'm not a participation guy. We lost, and you know, you move on and see how you do better. But our season has been derailed all season with just like injuries and guys in and out. And, I talked about it all year. It was around us all year. I said, it's hard to say who we are or what we can be because we have yet to be whole. I think we was only probably whole maybe 1 or 2 times this year. And I know one of them was during the in-season tournament. We got whole and we showed what we was capable of doing. We was just hit with injuries after injuries after injuries. And
this is a 6-minute video of this man being accountable.
You sure about that?
What's worse, that you watched it and said it's him being accountable, or you didn't watch it and you said it's credible?
Over under, how many games will LeBron play in his 23rd season?
I say 65.
65.
He's gonna take some nights off just to take them off.
Say 60. So you're saying he's gonna miss 17 games. I'm saying he's gonna miss 22. You're saying he's gonna miss almost 30.
He's gonna play 65 is the number right to make All-NBA, right? He's gonna play the 65 threshold. He's gonna play 65, the 65 threshold to make sure he gets to that point.
This guy Lowe has accused Paul and Ice of nothing but pure hatred on LeBron.
Wayne Dyer said,
this has nothing to do with the fucking question. The nigga is using this question to get off some hate shit that he wants to get off.
Yet right now, he just said, oh, LeBron's going to try and at least get that 65 minimum game threshold so he can qualify for individual awards. That's essentially what you're saying. That is the definition of a bad leader, which was literally the topic if you were paying attention in the very beginning. Legacy, mindset, and then Paul and I said, oh yeah, that's what I hate about LeBron. He's all about himself. How are you not just confirming that by saying, oh yeah, he gonna try and get them individual awards?
People make the argument about like missing games and then try to even dare pivot into like LeBron. He is not the one that is in question. The only time in which LeBron has been missing games has been as of late, but it's been directly correlated to an injury.
LeBron James takes leave of absence for personal reasons. If he was injured, he would have just said he was injured. Personal reasons has nothing to do with an injury designation.
LeBron is not with the team right now. He's out for personal reasons, excused absence.
You're not speaking facts.